Hey guys, it's Bear here. Today we're reviewing a Diamond Viego game. This is like, High Diamond, I believe. Um, we're going to take a look at all of the mistakes we're making, but because all the mistakes we're making in the early game, and the mid game and all this, but we're really going to put a large emphasis on, hey, we're Diamond player now. I'm going to start going a little more specific. So this is for my Diamond Plus students, Diamond Plus Patreons, all of you guys who are interested in, okay, what do I do? Now I'm Diamond. I feel like it's been working, but maybe I'm missing something. I'm going to start going a little more specific, get a little more into detail about what we're doing wrong in Diamond. Okay, obviously the fundamentals matter, but we're going to jump into more here. So, alright, so we got the blue pets. Looks good. Okay. This guy looks crazy. Good. Okay. Viego fighting. First thing is Q auto before I use spells possession. So the possession lasts. That should be go fighting. The possession lasts for 8 seconds. Corpse lasts for 8 seconds. So right here, what you could have done is you have your Q up coming up in 2 seconds. 1 second. You could Q auto this guy and then transform. Additionally, you have to think, is Fiddlesticks really the best target to be right now? You have Fiddlesticks with W, like, you're not actually, like, stronger than you are in Viego as Fiddlesticks. Like, you're like, look at how useless you are. Something to consider here as well. Okay, looks good. You guys got 2 assists. Okay, so you mentioned how your clear has been getting better. That's good. Try to line up the Q. Try to not use your Q on the not use your Q to finish the red buff here. Right here, you want to try and have this Q for the Krugs. So if you've been working on that, then you know. If you've been watching my clear, you know how it works. Auto W auto can be a little smoother. All this, like you said, can be a little smoother. So the timer, if you're doing a really fast red Krugs Raptors, is right around 2:22. You could be like walking through here. So that actually 222, 223, 224, you should be running through the minion wave almost. Okay, that's your general time point after your first 3 caps. Okay, so Fiddlesticks is here. You have your teammates with you. Okay. So, a very specific fighting thing against Fiddlesticks is hold your W for their channel spells. Those, don't use it. Or you charge W longer when playing a 1v1 to stall. Okay, so right now you're technically not winning this 1v1, right? Look at your HP, look at his HP. You're not actually winning this. The reason why this is a winnable fight is because your bot lane is moving. So when you have a situation like this, kiting back and then charging your W and then going back in is way more impact than tapping your W because you're not winning this 1v1. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, you end up, like, living on a sliver of HP. Like, it's like, we don't want to be in this position. We want to keep our conditions as high as possible. Okay. Good little quick top gank because this wave is fucked. I don't mind that. Your punish is you lose Raptors. You just gotta be aware that that's like an okay trade. Go for Drake, pull it out. Looks good. Take some tempo to recall. Okay, so we're Diamond. Okay, so here's where the game can start changing as we get higher elo, and I'm realizing this is something I can sort of bring up more often because you have more knowledge. Right now, with bot condition, you just kill Janna, and they're hard shitting on them. And a big thing that's happening here is there's a wave, 5 minions here, and then 6 minions here. Okay, likely maybe 3 of these are going to die, so that's going to be 8 minions crashing into the turret. The Smolder is going to want to catch that. You have a Maokai, really easy to dive. You have a wave, really good to deny. And you're against Smolder, a champion that wants to scale, and if you can snowball against Smolder, shut her down, you're going to be in a great position. So if you are aware that you're dropping your top side to make this play, that's great. The reason why I've been emphasizing play your tempo is so you understand the downside of playing for the bot side here, but also make the evaluation that, hey, it's okay to drop my top side to punish the smolder, because in this case, if you kill the smolder, you'll get a plate, you get a kill, and you'll deny waves. So that is worth more than your entire top side. Okay, so as we get into higher elo, you can start sacrificing your tempo and make stronger plays if the conditions lead up to it. So you can see how if we have a dive or insane gank play, we have a worth dive or gank, we can give up some tempo to make the play happen. We must account for the loss of our camps if we make the play. So now you understand that, hey, if I go into the bot side here, my tempo on the top side is going to be bad. Fiddlesticks can also maybe invade them. So then that's going to give you the idea that if I recall, I can go straight into the bot side and replay in the bot lane, which is also a completely fine situation for you. The problem is before, we're not aware that, hey, our top side could be taken. We're not aware that, hey, not clearing our top side is bad for our game. Okay, so now we're at a point where if you're emphasizing your top side camps, you can start breaking fundamentals. You can start breaking them a little bit, as long as you understand the cost of your play here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your teammates get the kill anyway. You just go there and hover, and you'd recall afterwards. This is great. Go to our top side. We clear top down. Because the mid's fighting and you're running towards them. Okay, we'll take this kill. It's pretty interesting. We got a Z kill there, so that's all great. Okay, we give the grubs. This is good. So fighting. So when you go for your W auto, after you auto, you want to reposition. So after W auto, reposition. So right now, after you auto attack, you can walk backwards and then chuck your Q out. Or you can walk backwards and then try and Q auto him too. Like pretty much you need to walk backwards here. Otherwise, like if you're standing here and you're doing all this, you're just in range of all the spells. Okay, so I want you to be a little more careful. And we have a situation like this where like, hey, I'm pretty sure we have our item. We're really close to our item at least. Yeah, we have our item. And you're taking like a really aggressive fight here. There's no objectives up. We have no ultimates. Don't take this fight. And if you want to do anything here, you're chunking him. That's the difference of mindset here. You are chunking him. That's why I want to W, space him, stay alive, and chunk his HP and bring him lower. Also, we got to evaluate who we're fighting with. It's Maokai. We're fighting with our support. You got to be very careful with these types of plays. Okay, so be disciplined. And play for your item. Do not fight if you do not have your ult or item. So this is just basic fundamentals that you're not following the rule here. I understand this guy's like a little bit aggressive here. I understand this guy's being like very psychotic here, but it's just not an opportunity for you to fight. You're happy. Your Maokai's gonna be here. Push him out. You're gonna get the crab. You're gonna get the blue buff. You're gonna play your tempo. You're gonna 1-man on the map when you come back. That's gonna eliminate all risk. You can play this fight as psychotically as you want, but you do not have your item right now. So you need to play way more disciplined here. You also just got this guy's flash. If you just like wait here and leave, you're insanely happy. Okay, so here's where Diamond, Masters, Bronze, or Nods, you can't be making these mistakes. Okay. You give Fiddlesticks a massive shutdown, and now Maokai is dead, so Ezreal has a chance of dying too. Okay, so you said you thought you had ultimate, I see. Okay, so look at the position the Smolder is in. Look at how far away he is. Look at how far you charge your W. When you're this far away, you cannot charge your W because you slow yourself by 10%. Okay, so you need to walk at him first, then charge your W because you also have boots. On top of this, you want to angle yourself like this way so you can like be as close to Smolder as possible. But regardless, you just can't charge your W here. I mean, the end result is still pressuring Smolder here. Okay, we end up recalling. Okay, so here's the next thing, right? Like Mid game, we have our item. When we have our item, we are playing to apply pressure for turrets, plates, turrets and plates. No neutrals are up. Dive the enemy. Okay, right here. What you can do is you can actually just wait here for Zed to show. If you're scared of Zed, you can wait here for Zed to show. You can allow Maokai to clear this ward while you're just waiting here. And then this next wave, you can apply a lot of pressure. And if Fiddle 6 goes and invades your top camps, then their bot lane loses the game. It's just completely over for their bot side. So we're recalling on 400 gold. Why? This is the general fundamental rules. Hey, you have your first item. Do things very aggressively. Dive them. You have Maokai, right? Maokai's going to send his ult down. They can't dodge it. Your Ezreal is also decently strong. Okay, and the chance of Fiddlesticks running straight back to the bot side, well, right here, Fiddlesticks shows mid lane. He just cleared his bot camps, you saw him. And right now, like, if you are worried about Fiddlesticks, what you would do is, again, you would just wait for him. And if both you and Fiddlesticks are here like assholes, you're still winning because you're pressuring waves into them. You're shoving waves into them. Now, your top side's safe, your mid side is safe, and the Fiddlesticks literally has to wait there until you decide to leave, which is super bad for Fiddlesticks, because Fiddlesticks wants to farm. Likely, Fiddlesticks won't come here, and he'll just go to his top camps, and he'll evaluate, oh, maybe I can invade his top side, and now you're going to have an opportunity to dive their bot lane. Okay, so we have two strikes here, where we could have dived their bot lane, been there to dive the bot lane at least, and we weren't there. The first one was lucky because Ezreal got the kill. The second one here, well, you have your item, and you're not playing the map here. This makes sense. This is how you snowball games. This is how you win games here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so we recall on 400 gold, and we're back to camps. So, what I'm emphasizing here is now that you have a great understanding of, hey, tempo, camps. Okay, aside from that one mistake we made earlier, now that you have a better understanding, okay, we want to start accelerating when we have our item and playing for dives and playing for fights. So don't give up your camps in game states where you are losing, or you're just not strong, or you don't have the right conditions. Let's say your Maokai turned into a Nami all of a sudden. Now the dive bot lane is a lot harder, and the conditions to maybe recalling, like you did here, make a lot more sense. But we need to apply, hey, if it's Nautilus, Leona, Maokai, Thresh, Alistar, we go dive them here because we have our first item, we're powerful, we want to accelerate the game by breaking turrets and by denying them waves now. Okay, so again, play for pressure on turrets, plates, and on top of that, try to deny enemy waves and allow your teammates to jam waves into their turrets. Okay. So that's where you're sort of missing out on like accelerating the game. You're playing like a fine situation, but you're like this game, the ball lane could be completely out of the game. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is good. So, yeah, somehow in this game state, your bot turret is like broken, right? It's like wild. It's wild how you guys lost your bot turret. So even here when we look to channel recall, I'm like, what's stopping Fiddlesticks from like doing the grub circle right now? Like if he's on their on spawn.
Yeah, I guess I could have just thought of it. It's like already gone already.
Yeah, so you should ping within Maokai to go to the bot side, and then like again jam waves into their bot turret, and then just end the game through bot side. Okay, so when you have your item, you want to accelerate with your wincon lane, and that means you can drop your weak side camps if the timer allows for it, and if the situation allows for it. Again, with Maokai, you can literally make a play anytime you want bot side, like literally anytime if he has ultimate.
Mm.
Okay, so somehow in this game you guys got grubs, great, but your Ezreal is like not able to play the game. Your Ezreal lost bot turret. It's like so miserable for him. Okay. Okay. pretty good. We get the dragon. Oh, we get the herald. This is great. Your teammates end up wiping the Smolder and Janna. Okay, this is great. All right. So overall, not bad situations, but a lot of missed opportunities. Okay, and that makes our herald fight really hard. That gave them opportunity to get the herald. Okay. Very low value flash here. You also don't even need to flash. Okay, so do not use your flash before objectives. You can only use it during / 30 seconds before, so it helps you with the objective. Okay, right now you just use a flash. There's nothing up. There's nothing for you to play for. Your flash is so useful on Viego. Okay, we're also fighting for ghosts right now. What is the situation we're fighting here for? Literally, there's literally no reason for us to fight right now. So, what I mean by this is, yes, they're inting. They're inting into Maokai. That means you want to be low commitment. You want to make low commitment plays here. So I'm chucking my W out, trying to see if I can get flashes. I'm saving my ultimate. I'm keeping my conditions high. That's what I mean by low commitment here. It's low committal plays because there's no objectives up. There's nothing for you to play for. If this was a minute in advance here, actually, you're still sort of playing a really hard sequence right now because you're investing just your flash, your ult, and all this, all your juice into like such like a actually, okay, let me phrase it this way. Do you need to land your flash or ultimate here to get these guys low enough to where they have to recall?
No, because there's nothing up.
Right. Let's say it was a minute forward, fast forward a minute. Still, do you need to use your flash or ultimate here to get them low enough to where they can't contest the Baron?
No, I could just easily chunk them with my items.
Yes. So you're playing the sequence here to try and kill them. You simply want to just try and land this and chunk them and use Maokai's juice and just like get flashes here. You don't want to use your flashes with their flashes. Now we're in a bit of a, I mean, your Katarina came to pop off. I mean, it's like just all coin flip. Like, hopefully your teammates win. Hopefully your teammates do great. They do all right. Here we're fighting this guy. Okay, this looks pretty good. We killed him at least. Okay. Okay. It says 1v9. Yeah, not much you can do there. Okay. Alright, so all the way back to here, you just won the fight. You just killed the Skarner. You're in a great position. You have 4 people mid lane. Herald mid. Look at this guy. Look, in a great position to accelerate the game. You have your ultimate, you have your flash, you have your teammates with you. Go drop Herald mid. Okay. Alternatively, actually that's probably one of the best positions to Herald mid. Alternatively, actually after you do your clear, you do your full sequence. That's where we fuck up mid. Yeah. So even here, like the goal should not be to like kill these guys. The goal should be to chunk them low enough to where you can Herald mid, and you have a timer to break that mid turret. Okay, so during the mid game, when you have Herald, look for opportunities. Chunk enemies, then play to rift mid turret. Do not force things. Do not force things, but if the conditions allow, Herald over camps. Okay, so like earlier, same thing. It was like your teammates are willing to go mid lane right now. You have multiple people mid lane. You, instead of farming here, can go Herald mid. You just wanna guarantee the Herald crashes mid. That's it. You don't even need to break it. You just need to Herald mid, so then it crashes, and then you can go and do your camps. So you don't like, even before the dragon here, you can literally just summon it mid lane and just it'll hit mid lane. Right, like that's the idea. Right here, just go summon it. Okay, so these two deaths are like have put us a little bit far behind, but it's okay. Next thing for us to play around is, okay, so we summon Rift, we run for our lives. Okay. This guy's getting like hard engaged on here. Okay, so let's look at how you can play this fight better. Number one, you use your W on the blue buff. This blue buff is not going to change this fight for you at all. So, save your spells during a fight. Do not use anything on camps. Okay. Next thing here is when we have an angle where there's like a bush, sit in the bush and charge your W. You see how you're just like walking back and forth, walking back. Just fucking sit here and charge your W. And what's going to happen is you have a max charge W. When this Zed ults Ezreal, when this Zed goes in, you have a max charge W to be able to one-shot him. Okay, so sit in bushes and max charge W. That's the best combo you can do on Viego. You say you're freaking out here, just fucking sit here. And then you can charge your W at the Zed, or guess what? If you have this Fog of War here, you can also charge your W at the Smolder, who's right here. And you kill the Smolder. You also need to use your Sweeper to make sure it's not warded. Probably is not warded because of it's like your jungle right now, and Maokai just came here, so it's definitely not warded. But you can sweep her anyway to confirm that, hey, is this bush warded or not? And you have infinite opportunities to kill the Smolder, to kill the Janna, to kill the Zed, but you're just walking back and forth like an absolute like lunatic. You don't know what's going on. Headless chicken right here. Sit in this bush, and even if you sit in the bush and you just wait. What I mean by that is, like, you don't even charge your W, you just wait for an opportunity. That's going to be much better than, like, walking back and forth. Okay?
Yeah.
And then here, Zed just used all of his juice. He just used his Qs. Why are you ulting away from him? Like, he does not have any spells up right now, right? He just used all of his abilities. So here's a time where I'm actually going to auto him and try to kill him. If he has his spells up, then I agree, you gotta run from him. But he has no spells up. He just queued. So during fights, you need to track this. He just uses E. He just threw his Q out. So now his E's back up. Can his E auto kill you from this HP?
No.
Yeah. So you have an opportunity to potentially kill him instead. Okay, so during fights, you need to watch and track enemy spells and conditions to play the fights the best possible. Okay, so you're running away from ghosts here. And actually, to just make it really clear what's like going wrong here is like, why are you guys doing the camps right now? You need to be with Maokai to start charging your W and applying pressure and creating space with Maokai. This should not be allowed. If Maokai's getting engaged on right now, you're autoing the Skarner, you're giving your Maokai no help here. Your Maokai's trying to control the objective, you're fucking farming. Okay, so in close games, we need to set up the objective. Actually, we should look even further behind. Okay, so this is where you herald mid and do this weird shenanigans. Okay, I see. So in close games, we need to set up the objective 30 seconds. 30 seconds to 1 min in advance. Control the terrain versus doing anything else. Okay, so you need to go and just like sit here with Maokai, charging your W, and just like start queuing people, sweeper through with him. You need to go like behind them maybe if you want to flank them. You need to be creative here. You need to create space. This blue buff and Gromp does not do anything for you. So now Maokai's trying to play the game, and you're just like fucking using all your spells on the blue buff, and you're not even set up with him. You're not even ready to fight with him.
I think I was just more concerned that like my team, like my Katarina was kind of just far away, and I think she's like one of my strongest laners on my team.
Okay.
So I wanted to fight around her, and I think Malphite just TP'd in and he just sat bot. So I was like, okay, because I don't think we have the damage to one tap someone like with me and Ezreal. I don't know, maybe we do. But that was just generally like what I was thinking in my brain at the time.
Right. So then there's a massive thing we're missing here is pinging. So if Katarina is the strongest person, then ping this Katarina. If Maokai's too far in, then ping the Maokai. If you're not going to do either, then what that tells me is like you're not thinking about anything. Okay, so if you have this conclusion that, oh, I'm waiting for Maokai, great. I'm waiting for Katarina, great. I'm waiting for Maokai, great. Ping then. Maokai's too far in, so use your pings to communicate that. That, hey, we should probably wait. And the situation would never happen. But to make it a little more clear, hey, we can sort of like look at Ezreal and Maokai as like useful teammates. We don't need to one-shot someone. We simply want to chunk the Skarner as he walks in. We want to chunk the enemy if they fight us. And we want to play our space to deal damage to them and get their conditions. So you're not one-shotting anyone. You're just simply using your W, your Qs, your autos, and your spacing with your E to make the dragon fight easier. If you don't do any of that, the dragon fight's going to be extremely hard to win. Okay, so you're not committing. Again, it's low committal until you have your Katarina and Malphite with you, but you still want to create space with your teammates. Okay, and then if you simply like just cannot do anything right now because your Maokai's too weak, Ezreal's too weak, then you need to ping a lot. Right now they're not that weak. Like you guys are completely even right now in the bot side. And although Katarina is strong, Katarina is also completely even. Like the game is even. Everyone's even. So you need to be here to control terrain. Okay, so
Okay. Can it be like a issue with like respecting their team fighting ability too, like with Fiddle ult and Skarner ult?
okay, yeah. So this is not a fight you want to take. Then again, ping Maokai and get out of this fight. So do you want to fight this? Is my question.
I think we would be able to win the fight, but yeah, I was just doing nothing absolutely this entire fight.
Right. So do you want to fight it? So real quick, yes or no? Do you want to fight this?
No. If the plan is not to do anything, then no.
So you do not want to fight this dragon.
I mean, okay, so I do want to fight this dragon, but obviously I didn't do anything. So
Right. So just in hindsight here, just in the bottom view, like looking at this picture, would you want to fight this dragon?
yes.
Okay. So if you're scared of Fiddlesticks ulting you over this wall, very valid concern. How can you adapt the situation so Fiddlesticks won't ult you over this wall? Where else can you position to where that will not happen?
Probably around that bottom bush area.
That's problem solve. Exactly. Yeah. And then now Fiddlesticks kind of have this like, fucked up angle to ult you. And that communicates to Maokai, oh, I don't actually need to control this terrain. I can just check my E's through here and be safe, and then I can go down with my Viego and get an option to fight that way, which would be amazing. We won fucking 1v9. So this tells me either I'm not using my brain, so I don't know what's going on, or I don't want to fight this dragon. And if you don't want to fight this dragon, that's fine. Use your pings. If you want to fight this dragon, and you're scared of Fiddlesticks, you have another angle to play, and if you just want to fight the dragon in the first place, like you need to be around your teammates to try and create like control some space. Now again, it's very low committal, so you're playing very very safe, but you need to do something here. Okay, so hopefully that makes more sense now that like you've actually been completely useless on that objective.
Yeah.
Okay, so similar-ish thing here, where it's like, right now you're with Maokai. Maokai's looking for conditions. You're like walking backwards or something. Just go chunk this guy and run away. Your champion is so broken because when you go in your Fog E, you gain like a fucked amount of move speed. It's like you almost always have Hecarim E popped. It's fucking crazy. Like they just cannot chase you. And with Blue Smite, you're just like almost unkillable and your W. So right now you chuck you're running like backwards, but this Janna's a face checking here. So chuck your E down real quick. Run at this Janna. If Maokai gets a combo on the Janna, you can probably W auto Q auto or W just auto, and then now Janna like has to recall. That's the difference of how we're playing here. I'm not sitting in the top side of the river. I'm not even trying to go up here. I'm trying to sit in this bush and apply pressure to whoever's face checking me because someone will face check you. And you know Janna's even in the top side because of that ward here. So we're playing in a really like questionable position. We're not doing anything by being in the top side here. By being the top side part of the river. Go control the bush. That's very sad. So the read of the fight is very like mistaken here. Right now, you don't have the full picture. That's good. It's just something you're gonna have to learn over time. Let's just track where everyone is right now. Okay, so Malphite's top, Katarina's bot, Maokai and Ezreal are mid. Right now in this fight, okay, Ezreal's on our screen, Maokai's on our screen, and we see his ultimate coming down in a second. Okay, so Katarina's bot, Maokai's coming, or Malphite's coming from the top side. So when we're going into this fight right now, there's only two people here, Fiddlesticks and Skarner. You can simply go in and auto attack these guys and get a Center Sky proc, right? Because Smolder's not part of this fight. Jenna's not really part of this fight because Malphite's dealing with her, and then Katarina's dealing with Smolder, and then like Zed is also probably dealing with the Katarina. So right now you can go in and either get a reset on one of them or just heal from your Center Sky proc. Okay, so going backwards is like, okay, what are we afraid of? Who's trying to kill us here? Who is going to kill us here? There's nothing. There's no threats. So our threat assessment during fights is you're just like not watching spells, you're not watching characters. So during fights, we need to continue tracking spells and think about our plus enemy positions. The only people that are here active are maybe Fiddle, Skarner, Janna. Very fucking weak champions. Skarner just uses ult, Fiddle just uses ult. Janna's not going to deal any damage to you. You have Sun Sky healing, you have your Flash and Ultimate, you have Juice, your Maokai, Ezreal, and Malphite are with you. We're playing in Narnia. This is a free reset for you. After you get this reset, you 1v9 the fight. Even here, why are you running from the Skarner? Go auto attack this guy. Go charge your W. Hit your auto. Get your healing real quick. You just stunned him. W auto, run real quick and run away. That's why Sun Sky is OP, because you have a lot of healing from time to time. Okay, and again, if we had that Fiddlesticks reset, it would have been 1v9 this fight. So here, we're finally controlling a bush. This is good, but we W like way too early. So now we have no W. You need to be careful with using your W like this. But you're in the right spot, so this is good. This is like you're thinking. Okay. So you're like playing for Dragon, but look at your teammates. They're playing the map right now. Okay? So if this is the best play for you to make, do yourself a favor and use your pings. I haven't seen you ping like a single time. If you want to farm, then ping them danger. If you want to fight, then ping forward on the way. That's it. I haven't seen you ping like a single time. You ping like Dragon alive in 2 minutes. So does that mean you want to set it up right now? Does that mean you want to farm right now? Does that mean like we can do Baron first? Like, what does that mean? I have no idea. It's the same thing as using a question mark ping. I have no clue what that means. Your fucking Katarina is pinging this guy back. That should be you. It's your job. Okay. So you're in a bush again. And now, like, the Zed is, like, walking forward, charge your W. So now they're actually coming into you. They actually have no vision of you. Here's where you can actually charge your W. And then if Zed walks too far forward, like, does this, you can quickly chunk him and then, again, run away with your E. I mean, it wouldn't change much here. You're still in a fucked position. It wouldn't change much. But it's just principle of how you should be fighting. Okay. So a lot of this game came down to missed opportunities to snowball the game and just start fighting. It's just like we have no idea what's going on with threats. We're not setting up for the fights. We're not there in the fights. And then when we're actually in the fights, we're running away from ghosts. Okay, so you have some fighting notes. You have some ideas of what you could do to make your fighting better. But ultimately, what is really important for you to see is how in the early game, this Smolder should be literally so far of the game where she has like no opportunity to win at all. He'll just be so fucked because of all the dives you would have all the chaos you would have created in the early mid game. When you had your completed item. And then again, like during your fights, you just have to be like way more what is it, like disciplined, I guess you could say. Also like here, like Herald's up in 14, right at 14 minutes, and you're not even like trying to set up for this Herald at all. You have your items, you're strong. Okay, you need to go set it up for this Herald. So that means you either need to impact top lane, so you can unlock someone. You need to go sweep the river. Janet's not even here. You need to go do something here. Okay, Fiddlesticks also look like he uses ultimate to the top side, so that's great. Like, all this right here, like, you should be in that bush behind them, and you should just be killing them, but you're doing camp right now. Okay, so in the mid game, you're just not putting yourself in the right position to 1v9 the fight, and when you are in the right position to 1v9 the fight, you're not playing Viego, you're playing like a different champion. You're playing I'm scared of everyone champion. So learning your limits is a big thing here. You keep charging your W. You keep using you keep using your spells poorly, as well. You need to be very careful. Like, what does this E accomplish here? This E's not even on the right wall. Your E wall, you should be on this wall. Okay, or you should just save it. The laser E at all. Okay. If you E more, don't. There's high value. It's too long of a cooldown to just throw out. Okay. Alright, we can take a look at the other game. Do you have any questions for this one?
No. It pretty much sums it out. I just played like a complete pussy with my lead. Yeah, and I just gotta put in more time just to, but at least now I know, like what the issue is.
Yep. Again, you should be able to finish all of these. Oh, actually, no. This is good. You can be a little faster. So like if you were already kiting down quicker, look at how you're up here. If you're already kiting down quicker, you'd be at the perfect time. Pretty much, you can like cross the cannon minion. Like you can intercept the cannon minion as you're walking down. Almost. If you're really fast with it. Okay, this is fine. Get that kill. This is fine. You can do the top grab real quick. It's okay. Okay, so this is a situation where we talk about jungle tracking. So you know the enemy jungler is pathing bots. When the enemy is matching this side, your top to bot clear, you must control the jungle for space before taking objectives. So right here, your Brand is trying to get some space for himself. He's trying to get some information, get some wards, even clear that pink ward. You need to be ready to help him. Okay, now he's dead. This is like kind of hard, but Vex is pretty strong. This is good. Okay, you keep doing this to yourself. You just keep charging W, max charging W. You're like just so slow when you do that. Save your W, and now when the block is here, guess what? You don't have your fucking W. Guess what? When these guys are just facing you, you don't have your W. Oh my god, it's so sad. Stop max charging your W. It's so bad. Like when you are too far, when you are like a fucking like what is, I don't know, like 10 Teemos away from them, like just like no, so far away from them, you do not max charge your W. You simply hold it until you walk to them, because of the 10% reduced move speed. You cannot charge your W like this. If he is here and you are here, then you can charge your W. Otherwise, you need to close the distance and then charge your W. Okay, because like this is your 1v9 play, but like you don't have fucking spells. Also, yeah, I mean it's just so sad. Yeah, it's just so sad. And then again, it's the core problem is here. Like you are matched to the enemy jungler, And right now you have like some decent condition. Actually, do you even look at balling? Let's take a look. I sure hope you do before you pull this dragon. Okay, you see Jin's HP. What about their Zerath? Let's see. 3 times speed. Hey, how much HP does Zerath have? I have no clue. Right, so like, what if your balling is like, look at your Zyra's HP, right? Zyra has like no HP. What if right now like their Zerath is full HP? Is this even a dragon timer for you? Well, we don't know, right? Because we only saw Jin's like 75% HP. So if Zerath is full HP, Jin is 75% HP, but your Zyra is like half, it's like it's not an even harder fight for you to take on dragon. So we need to get even more conditions before we can do the Drake. So we need to go and sweep the bushes, clear the tri-bush. And if we can't, then we can't pull the dragon. If we can't do that, then the dragon's not ours. So then just recall. Okay, but here we're trying to make a play. What is their LeBlanc's HP? What are the items from LeBlanc? Okay, you're checking items. Okay, LeBlanc is recalled. LeBlanc is going to come back from base. So when LeBlanc is back from base, what are LeBlanc's items? Yeah, we hold tab real quick. We hold tab for like a half millisecond. Let me see this. What? What's that? Does she have a lost chapter?
Yeah, she has a lost chapter.
It's just like so hard to fucking see. There we go. Yeah, so she has a lost chapter over your Vex's amp, you know, boots and whatnot. And then you're like, you pretty much you have a lot of information you can gather from here, right? This tab but you hold it for like half a second. And on top of that, like, what is Zerath's HP? What is like, did LeBlanc come back with half HP? Did she fuck her TP up? Did she walk back with like 75% HP? Like, there's so many conditions you were missing. On top of that, we can't be like using our E like this. We should just wait for sweeper, clear the sword. You also hit level 6. Like you're like, to make your conditions even better, you can hit level 6 as quickly as possible. Go clear the next bot wave. There's so many conditions here that lead to this disaster of a fight. So before you do objectives, collect more information. Do objectives. Please collect more information. And this is why I say don't gank and don't gank another game. Like don't do this crazy stuff in another game, because if you're not collecting information for a massive objective like a dragon, damn sure you're not collecting information for a gank. Like that's why I say, okay, ganking is really hard, really difficult to do, because there's a lot of conditions you need to track to assess if it's a good or bad gank. Okay, as you get better and as you're climbing, you need to collect more info. It's like actually embarrassing as a high diamond player where you're not collecting enough information on the map, not looking at the mid lane, not looking at the bot lane, not looking at HPs, not looking at the wave state, not assessing the next wave. All these things needs to be done so you can make better decisions. It's like, okay, if you're a fucking platinum player and you do this shit, like, okay, that's way more reasonable. It makes sense. You're missing parts of the game. That's fine. But as you get better, the next thing you need to really do before you make plays that are good, because it's actually probably a good dragon timer, is you need to collect information. Okay, so to make sure we know if it's a good or bad dragon pull. Okay, and then from there you can evaluate, should I even do this in the first place? But we have no info. Plus, you need to problem solve a little bit. You're like really close to level 6. You can get to level 6 if you farm. You're like one minion away from your teammates. Also, I have like 1,000 videos on this. All my streams I explain this. Pull the dragon out, or not the dragon, the grubs out with a Q. Walk back here. These guys will walk here and here. You can walk back in when they walk there, and then you have them in a straight line. You can now go here and Q all of them. You can now go here and Q all of them. Versus right now, like you're getting very low value Qs, low value position. And then on top of this, you're in the pit. So if homie just wants to come by here with their mid laner, with the top laner, you're just fucking dead. Now pop it easy into the pit. Almost all champions can just fuck you up here. Oh, surprise, surprise. Right. So if this guy came with his ally, or if this poppy is a little smarter and like try to hold better angles, you're like really fucked here. So pull the grubs out. Okay, so Zerath is here. He's walking here. Okay. The position you have is terrible. What other position can you hold to pretty much either guarantee chunk this Zeref or kill him. It's your other
What's the
option.
top side?
Okay, so top side, what do you mean by that?
Like to that bush on the
Okay.
top side, yeah.
And then what are we gonna do after?
And wrap around.
Yeah. This guy's fucked. You have a great idea here. It's amazing. The position you're holding is terrible. Okay, so a lot of these situations here, the way you're playing Fog of War and the way you're playing your map position is just very bad. So even in that previous fight on the dragon. Oh gosh. We live here barely? Okay, nice. So again, like, you're playing to kill him. You just need to chunk this guy, and you win the objective. Q. So first off, actually you can maybe W here first. That's fine. Then after you auto W auto, then just run away. Auto W auto Q and then run. Stop trying to kill people, man. This idea is so bad. Even if you kill Zerath, you're dead right after. To LeBlanc and Poppy. If you take the possession, they just pin you to the wall, and you're just gone. And you almost die here anyway. So that the position where like you chunk the Zerath and you could win the objective, now is like completely like diminished. That the opportunity is completely diminished. Oh no. Well, now you learned, right? Your ultimate counts as an auto attack. So Nyla W, Jax E, Shen W. He cannot go through their abilities. Now you know. And then again, you don't actually need to kill him. You just need to chunk him, and you can do the grubs. So why do you choose to tap W here?
I thought she would be in the bush.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if she's in this bush and you tap W, how long is she stunned?
Probably like a plus and a half second.
Yeah, it's like 0.25. So why would you ever stun this guy for 0.25 seconds? It's like not helpful at all, right?
Yeah.
So just save your W or charge it and then try and throw it out here if you know she's in this bush. Okay? And then let's say you save it, that's the best option here. She'll run away, you can chase her with your E, and then you have your W to close off with your E move speed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so look, this guy just used all of his juice on the Vex. Q, flash, W. Okay, here, and then like you're still running away as the guy's killing Vex. If I'm Vex, I'm losing my mind. Because look, like all this time right now, you could be already hitting the Jax. You kite his E perfectly, good, walk back in. So your assessment in these fights is just terrible. You have no idea what they're using, you have no idea what their spells are, you have no idea how you can work around them not having spells to fight them and do more damage. On top of that here, again, you just tap your W. Please never tap your W. It is so bad. Like, it is so bad because your intention here looks like you're trying to save your Vex. I don't give a fuck about Vex. I give a fuck about killing the fed-ass Jax so I can win the Herald fight. That's it. I care about winning this Herald fight. If I get the Jax killed or I chunk this Jax like super low, or, I mean, I really want to kill him. And the best way I can kill him is I need to charge my stun so I can actually kill him. If I don't charge my stun, I can't actually kill him. So then it's the same thing of like you charge your W, like I don't know. It's just weird. You need to watch some higher elo players play Viego. What the idea here is like make using your W here makes sense because he's feared. But again, your W slows yourself, so you actually want to charge your W closer and just not charge it for as long. That makes it way easier for you to land it. So you do want to charge your W, yes, but you want to charge it starting here, not back here. That's the difference. The place of which you charge your W is so important. What the hell? They pulled Baron on rip. Alright. Good for them. Poppy actually did like an Omega move, I guess. Yeah, so this game is very, very hard. Yeah, it all comes down to what you did early game with the dragon. Okay, this dragon was like very, very hard for us to win the situation now. And then after we win the grubs, we do like, okay, great, everything's amazing. We farm down, okay, we miss this opportunity to kill another person. We almost kill ourselves. We lose a flash and ultimate. Okay, so now the dragon that we probably could have done, the timer's gone. On top of this, we have our item. Okay, great. When we get our item, the first thing we do is we just fucking kill ourselves. So what you need to do is stop trying to kill people. Just keep trying to kill everyone. Play for chunks, and as you play for chunks, you'll find that, hey, these guys are dead anyway, especially since I'm playing Viego, that if they want to come to join the fight with 30% HP, 20% HP, they're a free kill, amazing. Most of the time they won't come, and that's going to give you opportunity to just easily win the objective. And on top of that, you'll also find that like you can still kill them, but your intention should not be to kill them. Okay, so this is like really, really sad, and then you have your item, man. You have your item. Look at bot lane. Look at their bot turret. Where are you going? Vex is there, Brand is there, Zyra is there. They're just dead. They should die at least. Everyone should die there. Look at where your Vex is. You should be with them. You're in the perfect position here. Okay? You need to use your item and start playing the fucking map. Break their turrets. Accelerate the game with your win con. It's even easier to look at this angle because you have your Vex here too. When you have your first item, from now on, I want you to stop farming your camps and start invading, start diving, start ganking, however you want to picture it, and continue doing the objectives. But when you're here, that means that your entire team is either losing, you have no item, you have no ultimates, or you just made a play and now it's time for you to go farm. If you made a play, it probably means you have no ultimate. Does that make sense? Both games here, where you have your item, you're in a great position, you're just not accelerating the game. Somehow their balling's able to live here. It's so sad. Okay, any questions?
No, that pretty much sums up what I was trying to figure out. What's like holding me back right now?
Okay.
That sums it up.
When we have our first item, play the map. Firstly on the map, look. Here's where you can look. No, I wouldn't say look for kills. Look for plates, turrets, waves, camps, and fights. Kills will naturally come. 2. Watch high elo Viego games on Challenger replays or any streamers. We need to learn how to save our W and E and learn the timing of when to use E/W. W and E. Okay. And then the last thing is stop playing for kills. Take chunks and work around objectives. Take chunks and work around making high value plays with your important CDs. Flash plus R. So many times you're just fucking flashing and ulting and just like using all your juice before an important objective is even up, or like when your teammates are not even there with you. So for example, that Xerath play where in the bot side is like, dude, like no one's here. Like your Zyra's like not even ready to make this play. Like this is your timer to make this play. Just don't invest your fucking ult here. Just chillax. Get this chunk off, and then you get the idea. We talked about this for a while.
Yeah.
All right. I'll send over these notes here.
I had a quick question. During like the mid game, when's it ideal to like drop your camps? And I guess you already said it, but that's after like first item, I'm assuming.
Yes.
But like say like during like third dragon spawn or something like that, or when Baron spawn, so like 20 minutes in.
Okay.
When's like the ideal time to stop farming your camps and just play the map, I guess?
So when you are ahead, let's say you have item advantage, or like your teammates are ahead, you do not need to farm your camps almost ever. Okay? If you can play for turrets, you can play for invades, you can play for fights, play for those fights. Win that way. And that's if you have your ultimates and you have your conditions ready to fight. So if you have no ultimates, that's the time to farm. If your teammates have no conditions, that's the time to farm. So if your teammates, let's say you had the Malphite the other time, your Malphite's pretty strong. Your Malphite has no ultimate, don't fight. Your Maokai also is really strong, really powerful for the team fight last game. Your Maokai has no ultimate, don't fight. That's where you can farm. They have their conditions ready to fight, go fight. If you're in a closer game, you farm till you complete your items. When you complete your items, you have like 1 minute to 2 minutes to fight, and then you go back to farm until your third item. So play off item spike. So all my recent YouTube videos, I'm applying all the super basic fundamentals in low elo. Tonight I'm going to stream in like Emerald Diamond. So I'll explain how to apply the same fundamentals that I've been applying in like really piss low. It's the same thing. It's like you fight when you have your items, your ultimates, and your teammates' conditions. You farm when you are about to complete an item, when you don't have your ultimates, or your teammates are not ready to play the map. And especially you farm when you're behind.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
No, that'll be it.
All right, man. Good luck with your climb. It looks like you're following these rules pretty good. You said you climbed from D4 to D1, so work on getting back to D1. You're D2 now, so then just work on getting back. And then again, you are a higher elo player, so I want you to continue thinking about the things I told you to work on, but also implement the idea that you can start breaking the fundamentals slowly, not everything, not all the time. If the condition is like, holy shit, that's a fucking easy dive. Holy shit, that's a fucking easy gank. It's going to work because I'm tracking wave states, I'm tracking sums, I'm tracking conditions. Then do it. Okay, we've established a foundation now. Now it's time to go and move on to the next step.
Okay. That sounds good.
Awesome. I'm going to send you all these notes here. And then, all right, I'll see you. Do you want to have a session later this week as well, on the weekend?
I think let's push that back to next week.
Sure, sounds good. All right, we'll keep in touch. Yeah, we'll keep in touch for sure. All right.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Rory.
Good luck with your climb. I'll see you around. Bye-bye. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that Viego coaching. Again, Diamond Elo. I'm going to start coaching higher Elo players in a different way from now on. I realized that, okay, I've oversimplified things. Now it's time to start adding the next stuff. If you can actually apply these fundamentals as a Diamond player and then work on the things I'm also telling you to work on for the next step, then you're going to be in a great position. If you guys enjoyed, please let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.